What kind of routine do you recommend for people to try to relax if they're trying to sing? You know, because singers, you know, I don't know why, but we're generally sort of tense. I guess I would say not all the time, but that tension is there, and you can feel it, you know, in your shoulders and your neck, and like you said, sometimes you can hear it in your singing. Your singing, it just sounds forced, and you know, even if you're singing within your range, you're finding that you're struggling because you're either not breathing correctly or you haven't taken the adequate steps to warm up or whatever.
No, it's because you force the voice. And that is all a consciousness training there too, and an imagination training, because we have the wrong inner images for the emanation of voice. When we sing, we have to sing outward, we force the voice, we force the vocal cords. And that's why this doesn't work. We have to really re-elaborate everything in ourselves. And the best thing would be to be as relaxed as possible in your mind and in these parts of the body, and train very well. I mean, women, I talk about women, the abdominal musculature, the whole body musculature. Men often are too tight. Men often have to relax these parts. When they are too tight, the voices come out too much forced. And women have to build them up. And when you have a flow and easy respondence of the muscular apparatus to what your intention is, then the voice automatically goes into your body, and in the right way, with the right support of your body, not a forced support, because many people force it down in their body or somehow, whatever, or out or whatever, you know, or hold their ribs wide or something like this. All the forced things are not good, but the responsiveness of your body to what your voice is doing. So when you shout, for instance, no, or that you have still the same sort of reflective response in your body, like when a baby cries, you know, because we had it once, the connection.
Yeah.
And this is all to rediscover these, let's say, not intuitive, it's not intuitive. It's an automatic body response, which we still have in some things, like in crying or in these things. They still have the body response, no? Or in laughing. And that we sit back and see that we put our voice on these, you know, natural, that we regain the natural body response to what the voice is doing.
Right.
And our culture has disconnected it. So for me, it's a research. Feel your body, feel your voice inside as vibration, but also pay attention to what happens in the way of muscular tension and loosening, this game of the muscles. No? This is a continuous, a little more, a little less. When you are louder, then probably the muscles are a little tighter, and so on, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
It's a research work.
Yep.
And there is no such thing as exercises for me, which you do all this stuff. For me, it's absurd, you know, because it makes you tired, and you are not conscious. I do these exercises, you know, but in a conscious way. Every note, take long notes and observe what happens, you know, and then find the way. When you feel easy, when it's easy for you, then ask yourself, what did I do? Why was it easy and before it was not?
Right.
And then try to find this easy way and find out what are the criteria, what are the, how do you say, the factors which made it easy, and connect them together. Yeah. That's how I worked it for me, and how I work with people. So
good.
In some way, I try to do it on the internet sooner or later.
Yeah. Well, we all have different ways to loosen up before we sing. I had a college concert that I don't know. Unfortunately, it was the same day as one of the first marathons that I ran. So I ran a full marathon in the morning. My legs were just completely torched. I was barely walking and standing up. My fellow choir members were holding me up, and I was a first tenor. I had hit B flats and all this, and I just remember.
How can you say?
It's funny, but the added lung capacity that I got just from running that far, I didn't have trouble hitting B flats, without using falsetto. And normally I was having to, cover them a little bit so they weren't sticking out there so much. But I do admit my choir members were propping me up. They'd kind of have their elbows out just in case. They said, "We're not going to let you fall down. And then we're glad you're here." We had bets on whether you would show up after running a full marathon. But
probably by running, you have cleared the whole apparatus and put in action the belly muscles and the back muscles and everything. And you don't have necessarily to sing with your legs, so your legs wouldn't run anymore.
Yeah. If you are singing with your legs, I think you're doing it incorrectly. I could be wrong. There's probably a school of thought out there. But
no, you sing with your legs, the sense of the resonance. You can also use the resonance of your bone.
Yep.
Yeah.